Plus, you're the one who gets to say how 83% of that gets taken. So that's again, the trickle-down model. You take it away from people, and you dump it up there, and you let it drip down. You let it trickle down. Only 17% is trickling down here. So in the subsidiarity model, which is incorporated in our vision document, it's the complete reverse. 80% should stay with the local and give Malacanang only 20% because what the hell are they doing in Malacanang anyway? Most of the action should happen in the local area. And education, another thing. I think we recently saw the very depressing headline that they're now going to shorten the school hours of school children because they don't have enough teachers, they don't have enough schoolrooms and everything. But I think the worst part about it was this expose of all the errors in the school books, and again following the trickle-down model, the pedagogy, the curriculum, the books, those are all determined in Manila, and then we're going to trickle them down to the different schools, which are so ill-maintained, and not really harness the pedagogies that are relevant using the mother language of the school children, because as Manny will share, there are many, many studies that show a child learns much better. If he's a Bicolano, you teach him in Bicolano. If he's a Bisaya, you teach him in Bisaya, and he will learn much better than you teach him in Tagalog or you teach him in English. So what's happening is that the whole country has like a bias towards the Tagalogs, and leaving behind all those whose mother tongue is not Tagalog. But that's because, again, we have a superiority approach, superiority principle when it comes to organizing our educational system. Environmental management. If you were Malakas with the next president and you wanted to cut the forest in Samar, you can have Enrile removed and put yourself as the new logger, even if you're not from Samar. Even if you're not from Samar. And that's why, for example, if a political party who is just eyeing that 1.4 political ambitious person wants to be president, eyeing the 1.4 trillion budget, that's not the only spoils. The spoils is the rest of the minerals and forests, but sadly there are only 600,000 hectares of natural forest left. We used to have 20 million, now it's down to 600,000, but they're still giving that away. That's how desperate they are. So what is it all about? In that document, we try to make it short, just 2 pages. It's all about restoring Filipino dignity. Because when you talk about organizing a country, as we have been organizing since the colonial period, under the superiority principle, under the trickle-down system, under the belief that if you empower the few, that the benefits that they get will trickle down to the masses is just wrong. And we have already people, our brothers and sisters, turning already to eating the garbage that comes from Jollibee and from McDonald's. Maybe you've seen that in YouTube. A very disheartening, very sad state of affairs that we're now been, aside from the fact that we export our workers, and we're reduced now to answering the complaints of people whose gadgets have broken down, and now we're distributing garbage as food. We have lost our dignity, and so the whole document, the vision, agenda of the people is to restore Filipino dignity. We need change from superiority to subsidiarity, from trickle down to ground up. So again, national elections, national renewal, transformation. Let's be clear, what do we want to transform to? So subsidiarity as the organizing principle is what is contained in the document as the main transformation. And what is an organizing principle? It is a rule concerning the ordering of the whole. In other words, how do you make a whole? How do you make a whole country? How do you make a whole community? How do you make something, the body, how do you make the body whole? So you must have some idea as to how you order the parts so that it can become a whole. And then when you are whole, then you have wellness. In other words, you have the concept of integration, of tabuan, Because if you do not have wholeness and equitable growth, then you have cancer. If you only have 2% of the families growing, you only have one sector growing, you only have Metro Manila expanding, in effect, the country has cancer. So, an organizing principle is like the DNA of a country. It is the basic template for organizing a country's resources and its people. And Father Horacio de la Costa, in an essay called Justice and Philippine Development, which he wrote in 1968, 40 years ago, that 20-page essay analyzed the Philippine situation. And if you just change the date, you put 2009, it would be exactly the same. No? And what did he say in that essay in order for us to move forward? He only had 3 suggestions to all of us. We must go back to the basics. We must build communities. We must link communities to common goals. And we must recapture the bureaucracy. Recapture the bureaucracy. So the harvest is plentiful, but the workers few. I think Ricky shared that a while ago. There are many, many people who feel the need for transformation. They went out to say goodbye to Cory. They're out there now looking for Noy Noy as hope. And the workers are few in terms of putting the vehicle to harness them towards this vision for transformation, this vision for changing the direction of our country. Okay, so I think that's just too much detail. So anyway, I'll go to the option that you were saying later, no, Ricky?
By presenting the vision direction of Philippines.